Hi there, I'm Dr. Alessandra Latour, founder of the Latour Leadership Academy. For more than 16 years, I've helped leaders at every level move from overwhelmed and reactive to clear, confident, and strategic in how they lead. This podcast is where we get real about leadership. We'll talk about the patterns, habits, and pressures that shape how we show up, and more importantly, how to grow through them. Here, you'll learn practical tools for leading authentically, building trust on your team, communicating effectively, and making decisions that reflect your values, not someone else's expectations. Leadership is a skill, one you can learn, strengthen, and embody with intention. So, if you're ready to lead with more clarity, confidence, and presence, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Welcome back to the podcast. People often assume imposter syndrome shows up at the beginning of a leadership journey, when you're new to managing a team or stepping into a bigger role or sitting in your first executive meeting. But here's the truth. Imposter syndrome does not care about your title. I've seen senior directors, seasoned executives, even C-suite leaders, people with decades of experience, sit in a room and silently wonder, what if I'm not actually supposed to be here? What if they realize I don't know as much as they think I do? What if this is the moment I get found out? And the ironic thing, everyone else in the room is thinking the exact same thing, but no one says it out loud. So today I want to talk about the part of leadership we rarely discuss, the quiet self-doubt that can follow us from role to role if we're not paying attention, and what you can do to loosen its grip. Let's start with the feeling because this isn't just a thought, it's a somatic problem. It's that tightness in the chest before you speak in a meeting, the revising of an email 5, 6, 7 times before sending it, the long pause before hitting submit because you want to check one more detail. It's that internal negotiation. If I can just get everything perfect, no one will question me. But perfection is a moving target. You never arrive there. And the more skilled you become, the higher your standards climb. So as you grow, the imposter grows with you, unless you recognize it for what it is. Imposter syndrome isn't a sign of incompetence. In fact, it's common mostly among high achievers. People who care deeply about doing things well, value being competent and impactful, take responsibility seriously, and are often used to being the person others count on. So when a leader steps into a new role or a new level of visibility, the stakes feel higher, the spotlight feels brighter, and the internal narrative becomes, I don't get to stumble here. What we're really afraid of isn't being wrong. We're afraid of being misunderstood. We fear that one mistake will rewrite the story others told about us. But leadership is not built on perfection. It's built on presence, humility, awareness, and courage. I once spoke with a leader, someone who'd been promoted faster than anyone else in their department. Everyone praised their strategic thinking, their empathy, their ability to navigate complexity. But inside, they felt like they were constantly bracing for someone to tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, so sorry, this was a mistake. You weren't actually the right choice. So what'd they do? They worked later. They overprepared. They said yes to everything, and they never asked for help. From the outside, they looked the picture of confidence. Until one day they told me, I am exhausted. I can't keep earning a seat I've already been given. And that's the core of imposter syndrome. It tricks us into believing we have to reprove ourselves every single day. So how do we begin to loosen its hold? Not by forcing confidence, not by ignoring the doubt, not by pushing through harder, even when we want to. We start by challenging the meaning we've attached to competence. Here are 2 gentle reframes. 1, competence is not knowing everything. It's knowing how to learn. Leadership is not about having the answers. It's about asking better questions. 2, confidence isn't the absence of doubt. It's moving forward with the doubt. Courage is what happens while your voice is shaking. And when we understand those 2 things, something shifts. We stop trying to eliminate self-doubt and we begin learning to lead alongside it. Because here's the key. You don't have to believe every thought that shows up. You just need to recognize which ones are worth listening to. There are specific tools for rewriting and rewiring imposter patterns, including thought restructuring, narrative tracing, emotional grounding, and confidence reconstruction. And that's what I teach inside my imposter syndrome program, step by step, in a way that you can actually apply to real leadership scenarios. But for today, I want you to walk away with this. You are not an accident. You are not a placeholder. You are not filling in until someone better shows up. You are leading and you are learning, and those two things are allowed to coexist. If this resonated with you and you want support in building the kind of confidence that lasts, I'd love for you to invite some exploration into my course from from imposter syndrome to impact. And the link for that is latourleadershipacademy.com/imposter syndrome. Again, that's from imposter to impact. Is designed to help you move from self-doubt to grounded presence, not by pretending the fear doesn't exist, but by learning how to lead from a place that's whole, rooted, and real. Thanks for joining me today. If this episode resonated, I'd love for you to continue the conversation with me. Head on over to latourleadershipacademy.com. You'll find leadership tools, programs, and free resources designed to support your growth at every stage of your leadership journey. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe to our weekly leadership newsletter. It's where I share fresh insights, reflection prompts, and strategies you won't hear anywhere else. Thanks for spending your time here. Keep leading with intention, and I'll see you in the next episode.